Hello everyone. I wanted to do a little voiceover at the beginning of this video. My wife and I hiked the South Blue Bridle Trail counterclockwise. The most damage we saw at the beginning of the trail was at Site 1, where numerous trees were down throughout the site. Between Site 1 and the cemetery, there were patches of trees down and piles of brush. However, when we got to the cemetery, things changed. We began to see more and more trees down south of the cemetery and around the point. When we got across the road for the second time and on the eastern side of the trail, it was very bad. I didn't even recognize the trail anymore. It was like something from a movie. I hope this video helps anyone planning a trip there. I especially would like to thank all of the people that worked so very hard to get the trail back to a point to where we can hike it again. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, so it's, what is today's date? 24?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, so it's Saturday, September 24th, and my wife and I are here at Mohican. I've been doing a lot of research on it, trying to figure out if backpacking is open. I can confirm it is not as of yet. We just went by the kiosk, and the kiosk was closed again, still had the caution tape over it, so there's no backpacking here still. And I did confirm that we are allowed to hike it. There's plenty of horses here today. But we're going to do that 7.5 mile loop. I'll put the map right here. And I did do more research on the tornado path, and the path goes pretty much through this backpacking loop. So I'm hoping to document this for anybody that wants to see it and give you kind of heads up of what's going on. So stick around. So we came down the bridle trail on the right. Again, I'll point it out on the map up here, and saw a few down trees, a couple things, no big deal. But we got down here to the bend that goes left, just before the creek, just before campsite 1. And there's quite a bit of damage here, which I believe this is right where the tornado came through. So you can see behind me here, we've got a big down tree, and then the other side, there's quite a bit here. And then right up here in front of me, there's a big tree that came down. A lot of brush, a lot of stuff up in there. So it's, I think this was the tail end, because if I'm correct, from what I remember, based upon the reports, it came from south to west. So southwest. Again, with this map, I'll help you guys out and see that trail. I'm also going to tag a video from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources on here that shows the path. And actually, it was either a drone or a helicopter that they ran over here, and you can see the path. It's pretty bad. So as we get down closer to the church and the cemetery, I think you're going to see, or we're going to see, even more damage over in that area. So again, this is just documenting what to expect if you decide to do a hike out here, and I can completely understand why the backpacking sites are closed down. So we're going to cross the creek and continue our path up this hill. So thanks, stay tuned. All right guys, so the water was pretty deep over where the path is. That was up that way. As you can see, there's a tree going across there. There was no way we were going to get around it. And then behind me, there's more trees down. We could probably have gotten across here, but we found a nice area in the creek that is very shallow and short, and we're just going to come across this way. So this takes us up to campsite 1, which is right up here. A lot of trees down, a lot of damage in this area. So more to come. I'll show more here as soon as I get across the river. All right, making our way up. A lot of tree damage here. Coming up to site 1. Again, and we're coming up from the creek side. Big tree down here. A lot of people who have stayed at site 1 may recognize this trail. I'm pretty sure this takes you right up to, right on site 1. Yeah, it does. I'm sure the video doesn't do it justice, but at least give you guys an idea. Site 1's right there. You can see the, or I can see the post. A lot of damage down here. Oh, holy crap, I didn't even realize that was where the fire pit is. So here's the fire pit. And then you can see the trees down right over next to the fire pit. And then trees just laying down in the site. This area, actually I think where the tree is, if you look at my Mohican video of Site 1 and where I stayed last year, that's where my tent was. So, yep, that's Site 1 right there. All right, we're gonna make our way back down to the trail. There'll be plenty of firewood coming whenever they open this up. So, all right, stick around, more to come. All right, so found the trail that goes to campsite 3. I'm on it here. It runs out that way. You see my wife is taking it out. And here's what's on the trail. And the fire pit is right in there somewhere. It's on the other side of that. So, and this area is not the area that was hit the hardest. So, coming up here to the trail, like I said, we were right over there on that side, right there, and we worked our way up and around and then came across the river down there. So we are now heading up this side of the trail. Stick around. Mile in from Site 1, and it just opened up out here. Trail maintenance did a great job, but I don't know if you guys can see that through the trees there or not, but it's, this tree snapped off. Ten foot or so off the ground, trees leaning. This whole area was just covered in a canopy. The big tree on this side down. But yeah, this was all just a big canopy. You couldn't see the sky, and now you can see the sky without a problem. There's quite a bit of damage here. Again, an F1 tornado came through. I believe it was June 14th of 21. This is snapped off, leaning. All kinds of damage. I know I'm kind of panning quickly, but the great thing about YouTube is you can pause it. There's a big tree there. Here's the other half of that tree. That came from there. That's a big ash tree. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but out there, even more damage. This is nuts, guys. Tons of tree down. And like I said, this isn't even, at least from the video I saw from Ohio's DNR site, this isn't the worst of it. Another up here, snapped off, all cleared out there. Karen's getting ahead of me, so I'm just kind of walking along here. Oh boy, look at that bad boy. Holy mackerel. like splinters. I bet that made a hell of a noise coming down. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Stick around for more damage. So we just took a break. We're about 2 miles in, and took a couple pictures. I'll mark, if I remember, I'll try and put the map up here in every area that I video and a lot of the stuff, so you guys know kind of where it is on the map. A lot of trees down up here. Looks like they had a bulldozer or something in here and pushed stuff aside because a lot of it's really big. Let's see if I can get this turned around. You can see a lot of big stuff down here. This is after that big hill. It's not really steep. It's just a good size hill that's about a mile long. And it bends to the right. And I always stop at the top of the hill. You can see it on my other videos, but I stop at the top of the hill and take a break, get some water. Took my sweatshirt off. So, in that stretch, there were trees down, other various debris around, nothing significant, but still had trees down and brush, similar to what you're seeing here. Once again, the trail maintenance crew, I don't know if it's the state park, state forest, who it might be, but they have done a great job at cleaning the trail portion up. There's been some, like I said, some big trees that have come down. It's sad. I just hope nobody was out here during that storm backpacking. All right, I'm gonna let you go. What's that? Yeah, we're going this way, but so normally, and we're going to, we go to the right up here, and teepee should be right up here. Hopefully it's still there. But this is the trail close sign. And look at that. That's the trail. Unreal. But I think this trail has been closed for quite some time. And I believe this one takes you down to the river on the other side of campsite 3 with the shorter loop. So getting closer to the teepee. I should have filmed this one, but there's a big tree down here. Other side of the trail, we came from that way. And then just coming up to the teepee area, all kinds of large trees. You can see trail maintenance did a lot of maintenance in this area. where, I don't know if anybody knows this trail. I'm sure some of you watching does. So when we get past the teepee, it opens up to, holy mackerel. It opens up to the road. There's actually a parking area there for the park and pack. 2 cars can fit there. Sorry that this is shaky. I'm just trying to show you guys. We got horses coming. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, sorry about that. Talked to the people on the horses. Very nice. We saw them. They passed us on the way up, and they were just looking for another way back. So we got more horses coming up. More trees here, down. They're telling me that the TP is still there, so that's a great thing. I still don't know who built it, when it was built, but so we're coming up to the area that is, holy shit. This place is just loads of trees down everywhere. So this is one of the harder hits areas. I know when we get up past the church, it's supposed to be worse. Wow. Sorry, there's a glare. There's the teepee. Wow. This is nuts. This is crazy.
We ride like old people.
This is nuts.
Yeah, it's a wreck.
Boy, it plugged her up.
All right, sorry about that. So we started talking again. So here's the teepee, like I mentioned. This all used to be covered in a canopy of trees. And right here is the red connector trail that will take you down, and it's blocked. I mean, it's as blocked as blocks get. This is nuts. The two big trees right here, uprooted. And as far as I can see, it's all blocked. The trail is completely blocked. The destruction here is just, this is crazy. I'll dig back in my videos. I'll try to at least put some still pictures up of what each of these areas were like. Crazy, crazy, sad. Mother Nature, though, won't piss her off. Yeah, I'm just gonna film this if you guys want or need to, because this is a lot of destruction through here. You know, obviously feel free to fast forward if you need to or whatever, but I couldn't find anything documenting what this trail looked like right now. And so I wanted to get out here and show people. I mean, this is just, I guess Mother Nature decided it was supposed to clear it out. Again, I apologize for the shaking of the camera. The wife is up there pretty far. Wow, look at this. This is crazy, guys. Trees just twisted, broken off 10 feet up, 20 feet up, 40 feet up. Anybody wondering? That's why the park and pack sites are closed. Branches like that all over the place, just hanging down. Could fall on top of you in the middle of the night. You don't want that. All right, we're gonna come up here to the road, make a left towards the cemetery, and beyond that is where at least from the drone video from the Ohio DNR, that's the worst of it. Oh my gosh, this all used to be like covered in trees. This is... All right, guys, so here's the bunkhouse. The sign's gone. It's cleared out. Like they're just got heavy machinery here. You can see it here across the street from it, just clearing it all out. But it's a lot of damage here. A lot of damage. Coming up to the cemetery, give you guys kind of a point of reference. And like I said, I'll drop it up at the top when I mentioned it the first time, but I'll drop it up there now. But the link to the Ohio DNR site, or the video rather, of the drone footage. And keep an eye out on the right hand side of the screen, about 3 minutes, 3:30 in I think it was. You'll see the cemetery on the right side of the screen. And then you can just kind of understand the damage in that area. So we're actually going to be walking on the right side of the cemetery, and as the drone is flying south, the drone's on the left side. A bunch of trees down, just cleaned, stripped clean on the cemetery. Again, I'm going to post probably most all this raw footage for you. I probably won't put music or anything in here. Just trying to document for anybody that wants to see the damage. That all used to be trees.
like my hands are curved.
So we just passed the cemetery, and you cross back into the forest following the blue trail. And I'm going to put the sign up here that is denoting the date, the winds, and that the forestry is going to manage this. That's the first sign that they've posted that you're entering tornado damaged area. This area, I believe, in that drone footage, if you look, once it passes the cemetery, the drone, you'll see a big area that's wide open. And if you look carefully, you'll see the trail. And I believe that's what we're getting ready to come into in this clearing, which, if you look at some of my old videos, was not a clearing. This is crazy. Again, I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. And you can't really get a good comprehension on the video of the wind damage. Lots of trees marked. I'm assuming that's for some type of damage. Maybe they're keeping an eye on them. I don't know. Looks like a bit from a horse. Huh? Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see across the street, but man, it is a mess over there. All right, we just passed the road, what I always call the tail of Texas, because of the route that this looks like the state of Texas. Cross back into the forest and just damage everywhere. This has got to be the spot. The drone would have come this way and you would have seen the trail wide open, because it's just, there's trees twisted down. It's wide open. This was all just covered forest. Both sides. They always say, look behind you. That's huge. There's a lot of damage on this side of that road. Like I said, this camera's just not showing it. Wow.
I do better if you have like chips or anything, just little tiny bags.
Yeah, I do too.
Because then I just curtail the portion. Get my fix.
It looks like they're rerouting us. I can see why.
Yeah, that's pretty bad of you.
That's really bad over there. They reroute us up that way.
I for sure can't carry your ass.
Wow. It's almost like a different hike.
What?
It's almost like a different hike. Because all the openness, trees down. That's crazy. I know I've said it before, but this all used to be a canopy of trees. Another mile.
I'm still a quarter mile behind you.
It's almost like I don't know where I am. I've done this hike so many times.
Right?
I knew it by the landscape. And it's like I don't even know where I am now.
So when I start getting more tired, I start hitting rocks.
Yeah, dragging your feet. A pile of logs.
Oh, a lot of firewood.
Yeah, plenty of firewood.
They're gonna take them years to clean this shit up.
Oh, they're not gonna clean it up. They're gonna let nature take it over. Yep.
You can't hardly use these great big ass logs for
We'll come back in 3 or 4 years and it'll still be like this. And there's no campsites close enough for backpackers to clean it up and use it as firewood.
yeah, your backpacking place might be closed for a while.
Yeah, site 1 was destroyed.
I mean, if they decide to clean those up, it's gonna be a while. They're probably trying to clean up all the trails first.
Yeah. Wow. You can see all the trees snapped off way up there. So we just came up off of the second stream crossing and filled up the water. And back behind me, should have videoed that, is where the trail used to go. Actually, you can see it right there. And they rerouted us. It looks like they took a bulldozer through here for whatever reason. But it's nice. So to give you a little bit more perspective, we're about halfway to site 5 from the river, going up the hill. Not a lot of tree damage on this side. There you can see where the trail used to go. Hey Karen. You stay going on that. I'm gonna follow this trail. It doesn't say it's closed, but I'll come up to that one. I bet this connects up there. It's very interesting that they split it off. But she's up there. And these two trails run parallel now. There's fresh horse prints down here. And remnants of horse. And she's still running parallel with me. What's that? Well, I'm guessing they both got to meet somewhere around site 5. Yeah, they're coming together. That's the trail she's on. I see that. And I was right. They meet right at site 5. And that's the trail she was on. You took the long way. And site 5. I love this site. Yeah. And I see no tree damage, wind damage, nothing. Site 5, for all intents and purposes, looks like it's good. All right, guys, sorry about the heavy breathing. Just came up that really steep hill from site 5. No wind damage down there along that. But as soon as we got up here, it is trees cut off. All the tops are gone. Debris everywhere. It's crazy. Again, take a look at my other videos. I'll try to post them up here and you'll get an idea of how dense this forest was. Holy mackerel, look at that. So for you guys that don't know, this way takes you to the North Blue Trail, up and around. I have a video on that as well. But also just about maybe a quarter mile down that trail to the left is the other side of the park and pack parking. But this was all dense forest at one time. Site 6 is right up here. We'll walk up there and see what site 6 looks like. I tell you what, when they open up these sites, like I mentioned before, firewood is plenty, very plentiful. Once this stuff seasons for about a year, year and a half, site 6 will be the most popular site there is. Oh my. And I think this, it is the entrance to site 6. This is crazy. And here's the entrance. Joe, I know you know where we are. Wow, it's not too bad, actually. That's where my duplex was when Joe and I went. I'll put the video up top. That's where Joe was. And actually, site 6 isn't bad. I don't see any widow makers, or as my wife said, widow, maybe gonna pun. But yeah, site 6 looks pretty good. And plenty of firewood now. So, all right, let's get back out of here. Karen kept walking, so I want to get caught up with her. All right, looks like there's another sign right here for people going the other direction, saying there's storm damage. A tornado. I got a screenshot of this and pause it. But it is, it's like somebody just cut the, it's just fine this way. Go the other way, it's a shit show. This way it's just fine. So now we're on the blue-red connector trail. We'll take this all the way to the red trail, which is the red loop. If we were to go left, which we won't, site 4 will be right there. And if we go, or when we go right, that'll take us back out to the bridle trail, trailhead and the entrance. So enjoy some of this beautiful trail. Alright, so we're doing the road walk now off of the trail from site 6. A little bit of debris, not too bad. But it's, again, we're going down a hill, so I would imagine that well, it makes sense that the tops of the hills got hit the worst by the storm. There's a few trees down in there, and a few trees that were down on the way down the hill, but nothing major. So we'll be turning this bend, and up on the left we'll be dropping back into the woods, and be in the woods all the way until the red bridle trail. So if anything comes about, like that tree, it's a little bent, I will let you know. All right, we're up on top of that hill. When you go back into the forest from the road, they have widened the trail, looks like with a bobcat or something, and a lot of trees cleaning up. A lot of storm damage up here as well. So it's kind of spotty. I mean, definitely in the southern part of this loop is where the major storm damage is. Like I said, the tail of Texas, if you will. But up here, you can definitely see there's storm damage here too. I mean, it's nice that they widened the trail, but a lot of trees down, a lot of debris. It'll be like a clean spot where there's no storm damage. And then you come across this. I sheared that guy right off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro here. We're probably maybe a quarter mile from the end of the trail where the pavilion and the stack of firewood is. This last bit, once we hit the red trail, you can probably see behind me there's a bunch of down trees and what have you, but it's not near as bad as the south part of this loop. All in all, there was some serious damage done to the south side of this loop. Fairly significant damage over by site 6, and then also down by site 1 was a crazy mess too. So hopefully you guys found this useful. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like bell, comment. I'm happy to answer any questions about the trail you might have. Again, there was like a reroute on the south side of this trail, and I think it added, because this trail is usually about a 7.5 mile loop, and right now we're a little over 8 miles, so I think it added some distance to it. I'm gonna try and overlay my previous tracks from my GPS watch and this one, and try to figure out if how much and where. And I'll put that up here so you guys can see the difference. So I took a bunch of pictures. I'll show some pictures throughout the video, but also at the end of this video. I do have a Instagram page, sensuous_outside. And I also just started a Facebook page. It's public for you to find, but I have requested an invite just so I can keep control of the spammers and what have you. But it's open to backpackers, hikers. I also do smoking of meats, briskets, ribs, what have you. Feel free to contribute, feel free to join. So it's just for anybody who enjoys the outdoors. Good conversation, tips, tricks, mentorship, whatever you guys want. So I'll put those links up in here as well. And again, thank you for joining me. And yeah, we are right here at the end of the trail. So, and remember, since you was outside, go have some fun. Enjoy life. Thanks for watching.